As many of us have seen throughout the last couple days, the news that Niantic potentially will be selling Pokemon Go and all of its games units for $3.5 billion. Obviously, that is a tremendous amount of money, and it looks like Scopely is in conversation / due diligence to be able to potentially buy these products, which means that Pokemon Go would get a transition from the owners and operators of Niantic into Scopely. And I have seen some negative feedback on there in the community about this, and I'm going to go ahead and clarify, give my opinions and thoughts about why this might be a great move for Pokemon Go. So you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Before we go into anything more, let's check out this news article. It's from Comic Book. It says Pokemon Go developer Niantic nearing $3.5 billion deal to sell games unit. So that means all of the games of Niantic would be sold to Scopely. It seems that Niantic's video game business could be Pokemon going to another mobile gaming company. The popular free-to-play AR mobile game Pokemon Go has swept the nation since their debut in 2016. The game currently has 870 species of Pokemon and hasn't stopped fans from taking it to the streets to catch the newest and rarest pocket monsters around. In collaboration with Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, Niantic developed and published the game to the global success, earning them a well-established spot with the AR mobile game industry. However, Bloomberg has revealed that the company is in talks to sell its business to the Saudi Arabia-owned Scopely Incorporated. According to Bloomberg, a deal has been discussed between the two companies that an announcement could be made within the next few weeks. Pokemon Go is one of the main reasons behind the hefty price tag surrounding the deal. Some have heard the price tag for the business around $3.5 billion. Some might have seen this coming, especially those who are aware of the connection between the mobile game Scopely and Niantic. Scopely was acquired by Savvy Games Group, a subsidiary of the Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, for $4.9 billion back in 2022, and Niantic signed a deal with Savvy in August to help expand in Saudi Arabia. So it already looks like these two companies have been working quite significantly together. So Scopely already knows the ins and outs of Pokemon Go. And not only that, Scopely is a mobile game specific company, while Niantic is more of a data-driven POI type company trying to AR the entire world, as we have seen in multiple articles where they do talk about being a mapping company. They are essentially a data points driven mapping company that has used games to get data, while Savvy and Scopely in specific is going to be a mobile game driven company. I know one of the big arguments is like, hey dude, well, Scopely doesn't care for the community, and also Scopely is going to be making this game extremely pay to play. Okay, well, hold on a second. Let's break that down real quick. Extremely pay to play. Some people said, and one of the biggest things that I saw caution about was that every time you spin a Pokestop, you're gonna see an ad. Well, that is, from my opinion, absolutely preposterous. That will never happen in Pokemon Go, and here's why. Because there's two types of games that are out there. Thank you for Scott for helping me see this different perspective. So game type number one is you have trouble monetizing it, so you insert ads into the game, which would then get you revenue. Think about something like Candy Crush. There's no skins, there's not a ton of stuff to do. While you can buy some stuff, there's a lot of ads throughout the game, and that is why. But then there's other games, such as Fortnite, such as Pokemon Go, and other games that you can put skins, you can put items, you can put passes, you can put battle passes, you can put raid passes, you can put all different types of things to monetize that is going to generate your revenue. So you don't combine the two of those types of games, because Candy Crush doesn't really work so well with the Pokemon Go Fortnite model. While you could have premium things to purchase, most people can just play it for free, perfectly fine, insert ads. However, in this specific one, there is a ton of avenues and ways to be able to monetize this. So thinking that there's going to be some type of advertisement that's going to pop up and kill the game would be an absolute ludicrous way to try to acquire a company, insert ads to make money, and then totally destroy the game. And furthermore, I did talk to some people over the weekend from Niantic specifically that have connections with the higher ups, such as John Hankey and the leadership team. They assured me and also gave me the permission to share this message to all of you guys. Number one, the leadership team is extremely dedicated to make sure that Pokemon Go is a forever game regardless of what happens to it. So they will never put the game into the hands of a company that they do not see fit for the vision of the game to keep it a forever company. While Niantic is not a mobile game specific company, they have done a great job over the years, maybe not in the timeliness of this, to be able to slowly and surely develop this game to make it last and give it the bones and structure of what it has today, day, which I think is honestly a perfect time to hand this game over to a game company that is specifically focused around mobile gaming, which is going to be Scopely. They already have their relationship, and if you guys haven't noticed, over the last couple weeks and even month, there's been some changes in Pokemon Go. Namely, number one, we've seen a change to the amount of XP around events. They've been giving out a ton of XP and driving a lot of players to be able to play the game, to be able to get XP, and to be able to get towards the level of the game, right? That is one of the biggest goals and objectives, okay? So that's number one. Number two, we have seen raid changes within the game. We went from seeing few and far in between of raids to now a different type of raid battle. This weekend specific for the global tour, we're seeing raids hatch every 30 minutes on so many gyms throughout. So now these raids are not in a scarce situation. We're able to see them quite frequently. And even before this event happens, which obviously is boosted for the road to the tour, before there were tons of more raids, and it made it so much more accessible and so much more fun for me to be able to go out there and raid without having to try to find campfire, go on there, hunt out a raid, go out of my way. It's like, no, I'm going for a walk. Oh, there's 3 raids on my route. And then like every hour there's having multiple gyms in the area that are spawning new raids, and it was perfect. And Niantic has never, ever done that before, but the deal has been announced with this one, and now we're seeing some changes. Do you think that is a Niantic forced change, or it is a Scopely driven, potentially buying a company, asking them to add some mobile game specific data points into the game to see how the community reacts? I think they're fantastic additions. And let's go back to the article and finish up before we cover some other points here. Savvy has had high hopes for Scopely, as an entertainment company has delivered some well-known mobile games such as Monopoly Go, Star Trek Fleet Command, and Marvel Strike Force. Niantic's choice to sell might seem like an upsetting move, considering San Francisco-based company has continuously been supporting Pokemon Go on its own since 2016. So while that is true, I think it seems like the perfect time to be able to hand this game over once again to a company that is going to be able to give and deliver something that mobile game users and console game users and everything like that know how to operate with. If the deal were to go through, Scopely would have its hands in most of the downloaded and profitable AR app of all time, which would be a huge benefit to the Saudi Arabian company, and it also would get the titles such as Pokemon Go, Picnic Bloom, Ingress, and Monster Hunter Now. So give me a pulse on how you guys are feeling about this right now, how we've talked about so far and where you're at. Okay. Furthermore, here are some of my other points that I am going to try to influence you guys, because I feel excited about this and I don't feel like it's going to be a negative thing. And this is going to go into 2 things. Number one is going to be the lucky trinket. Is all we have to do is click on it, and it's giving us 12 days. I can do any lucky friend on my list, great friends or better, and I have 14 days, which means I can become great friends with that person as well. This item is something that I didn't even think about. I've never thought about before. I haven't seen too many talk about, but it is added into the game. And at what timing and where is it positioned? It's positioned in the tour pass and in the tour pass for the leading up to the event as well. So this tour pass, if we go ahead and view the rewards, there's tons of free rewards in here. Pokemon encounters, XL candy encounters. Look at this, lore module, incense, 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 incense. If you use the premium track, I know it's $14.99, but that's not a ton to be able to get all these items. Now we're gonna be able to get the Reshiram candy, Zekrom candy, Kyurem candy, 25 Great Balls, Pokemon encounters, 25 Great Balls, Star Piece, Star Piece, Star Piece 3. Then we're getting XL candy, we're getting a mask, we're getting more Great Balls, counters, encounters, encounters, Great Balls, Pokemon appears, 3 of them. We're getting 3 lucky eggs, we're getting 5,000 XP, more XL candy. The tour pass, tier 2, Ultra Balls, lore modules, incense, star piece, tons of Stardust, Volt Fusion energy, that is going to be a raid pass driven. Then we're going to tier 3. We can keep going down on the list. Lucky eggs, XL candy, more fusion energy. And then at level 100, we're going to get another lucky trinket. And this is going to be $14.99. It's interactive, it's game-based, it's exciting because I can go there. And then furthermore, if we go down and look at all this, we can claim all the rewards, guys, but this goes all the way to level. Keep going. Keep going. 500. So for 400 levels, you can get 100 Stardust, which would be 40,000. And then if the deluxe lets you carry both sides, that's going to be 80,000 Stardust in this pass. That's more Stardust than we've ever seen ever in any of the research that we've ever seen before in the game. So now we're able to have this battle pass introduction. We're having more raid battles come about. We are going to be having a more interactive experience. We have a new item in the game. We have a totally transformed game, including the Gigantamax that's going to be able to hand over to a company that knows how to run mobile game specific. And since the community in Pokemon Go is so incredibly important to Niantic, do you think that they would just sell the game off into a company's hands that will not have any play with any type of communities? I don't think that's going to be the case, guys. I see the value in the in-person gaming, and Pokemon Go can use some improvements when it comes to the in-person events. I've been to many of the in-person events, and oftentimes I leave those events thinking that they could have just been done a tad bit better. Not that they're bad events, they're not bad events, but it's like, man, if you just would have done this, if you just, from the Unova Tour previously, if you just would have let the Kyurem be a little bit easier to catch, it wouldn't have been able to have people do more raids, to catch more, and to do more throughout the day, as opposed to sitting there trying to catch these really hard legendaries. That doesn't make sense from an in-person 8-hour limited time event time. That makes no sense to me. It's not logical, and it doesn't even work for me personally. And I know for all of you guys out there, if you could have caught that Kyurem out 1 or 2 balls every single time, you would have been able to do more raids, get more shinies, play more in person, and then furthermore, powering up a Pokemon 5 times every single time you encounter a research tasks makes no sense to me. Why are we spending our premier Stardust that works so well in the game? This is a concept that doesn't make sense. And all of the previous events in Pokemon Go are virtually rinse and repeat cycles. It's like, what are the spawns? What is the bonus? What are the raids? There hasn't been really too much event innovation in such a long time, and we're seeing a tremendous amount of event innovation going on right now in Pokemon Go, which means to me that Scopely is influencing this. We've never seen these things, and they are potentially trying to see how the community reacts to all these cool things. I think it's going to be a big win. I was assured by a very close and dear friend and contact that I have at Niantic, and I've talked and been in meetings with the higher ups at Niantic, not in specific to this issue, but many other issues, and time again, one of their biggest and most cherished projects that they ever have is Pokemon Go. Number one, it gave them a tremendous amount of data points, and number two, I think that those data points are exhausted, and it's time to hand this company and video game over. It doesn't mean that Niantic will no longer have any part to do, because there could be some type of collaboration, but it means that they're going to guard this product and that they're going to put it into the hands of a company that specializes in mobile games. And if we can get a specialty mobile games, as well as Niantic's commitment to be a community event, and we can pair those things together, we're going to have such a win of a game and a tremendous future, and I'm feeling pretty confident about that. I'm going to have more videos about this coming soon. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon, as always. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.